Even though Booker is already in his 5th season in the NBA, he's only just 24 years old, and he is consistently growing his name and improving on the court year after year. Every year since Booker got into the NBA, he has continued to make a statement by being one of the best players in the NBA. Not only that, Booker has grown to become a household name for the Phoenix Suns as well as NBA fans. So much that when opposition teams go head-to-head against the Suns, the shooting guard is the man to watch out for. Booker's NBA career began after an impressive run playing college basketball, after which he was picked by the Phoenix Suns in the first round of the NBA and selected 13th overall. And unlike many draft picks that took time to showcase their skill and talent, Booker immediately made an impact at the franchise. A good example of Booker's growth in the NBA came on his first trip to the Western Conference in 2021, and Devin Booker showed up big time as the Suns defeated the LA Clippers. With Chris Paul available to play the match, all eyes were on Devin Booker, and there were questions about how the match itself would look, especially since Kawhi Leonard himself was unavailable to play for the Clippers due to injury. In that match, Booker took all the headlines, the same way he single-handedly led the Suns to victory by recording his first career triple-double along with other impressive stats. Devin Booker made his debut for the Suns in 2015, just a few days to his birthday. He was impressive from the outset with a PPG of almost 14. From there, he began to smash multiple records both for the Suns and in the NBA. He became the youngest player to ever record a double-double for the Suns, youngest contestant to ever participate in a three-point contest, and the third youngest player to record a 30-point game. The next season, he took his PPG even further, scoring 20 or more points in 16 consecutive games, which till today is the second longest by any first-year or second-year player. Who can also forget that it was that very season that Booker recorded an astounding 70 points against the Boston Celtics to become only the 6th player in history to score 70 points and above in an NBA game. By the time Booker was in his 4th season, he became the 5th youngest player to reach 5,000 career points. In the 2019-20 season, Booker was literally on fire, scoring 30-plus points in 7 consecutive games, helping the Suns record 8 straight wins for the first time since the 2009-10 season. His performances got him into the NBA All-Star team for the first time. In the 2021 season, Booker's brilliance along with that of Chris Paul saw the Suns reach the NBA Finals for the first time since 1993. There's no denying the talent Devin Booker has, and he's right up there with some of the best NBA players in the leagues right now. But here are top 10 things you probably didn't know about Devin Booker. Booker's father also played basketball. If Booker had to ever look up to any basketball player, we're sure he didn't have to look too far away because his father, Melvin Booker, was a pretty decent player at the time. There's a saying that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and there's no denying this in Booker's situation because he literally had no problems falling in love with the game. Devin's dad, Melvin Jermaine Booker, was born on the 20th of August and is a former American professional basketball player. At 6'2", he played for the University of Missouri and was a standout high school player in Moss Point, Mississippi. He averaged 28 points per game in his senior year and was named the Player of the Year in his class. Despite his strong stats, Melvin was not drafted after college, so he ended up having to play in the American minor leagues, with teams like the Pittsburgh Piranhas and the Helford Hellcats. He later made it to the NBA, but he could only manage 24 games before moving on to Europe, where he had long stints in Turkey and Europe. In the NBA, Melvin played for 3 different teams, the Rockets, Warriors, and Nuggets. While playing for the Grand Rapids Macros during the 1995-96 season, Melvin met Veronica Gutierrez, and the two became close and had a son. But they never married, and Veronica would take care of their son. During the summertime, Melvin would bring his son to his games, which helped Devin understand and gain interest in basketball. If you love playing video games with most of your free time, especially if you spend most of your time playing Call of Duty, then you're not alone, because you share the same hobby and interests with one of the most popular players in the NBA. It turns out Devin Booker's childhood was just like that of any other teenager. When Booker was not at the gym practicing his famous jump shot or dropping 70 points in the ring, he enjoys winding down his time playing Call of Duty. Also, when he was still a kid, he would wait outside game stores the night before a new edition of Call of Duty came out. And even after becoming a global star, Booker continues to follow all the newest editions of the popular franchise game. That's why when Booker turned 24 back in 2020, he received custom COD-themed Jordans designed by the shoe artist Mache. During the COVID lockdown in 2020, Booker said he was playing Call of Duty for 5 to 10 hours every day. Well, you can't blame him, he had all the time in the world. Booker was asked if there was anyone in the NBA as good as he is at Call of Duty, to which he replied, "No one could play at my level." Typical Booker. This is a trait you'll find in almost all the top athletes, from Michael Jordan to Kobe to Kareem and many more, and Booker is no different, especially around his Phoenix Suns teammate. Booker is known for showing up to practices hours before everyone else so that he can practice his shooting routines. Word around the Suns training sessions has it that Booker would often refuse to leave the gym until he has won the final game of Knockout. He would also complain about teammates that leave the premises before he has the chance to challenge them to a game. According to people who knew Booker while he was growing up, they say that he's always had that competitive ambition, even as a kid. His father once shared this story. So Booker was 12 and he lost a one-on-one contest to a bigger boy, but Booker made sure the guy played another game and another one until he was finally able to beat him. It's no wonder he and Kobe could get along. When Booker was young, his father often came to pick him up to take him to watch his games, and this usually involved traveling from one place to another, and ever since then, Booker has been hooked to traveling. Today, the highest paid basketball player in the Suns team has been traveling around the world, and he has even vowed to go to at least one country every year. Can you guess his favorite country? If you said China, then you are indeed right. Booker says China is his favorite destination. He also claims that he gets really excited every time he gets a new stamp on his passport. Looks like Booker would have been a tourist if he wasn't a basketball player. Booker's competitive nature is perhaps the reason why he enjoys trash-talking his opponents. The Phoenix Suns shooting guard has never been shy about sharing a few fighting words with his opponents. Many think it's unnecessary, and some believe it's just Booker bragging or an inexperienced player trying to make his mark. However, those who know Booker well and have followed his rise to the player he is today know that Booker is a player who would not take no for an answer and would do anything to win, even if that means getting into his opponent's head. That competitive mind is what has made Booker one of the best in the game today. When asked about this, Booker said, "That's the only way I know how to play, honestly. That's how I played for a very long time since I've been a kid." His trash talking has got him in trouble in the past, but he won't care. That's the game he knows. Some kids grow up wanting to become Superman or Batman, but not Booker. Booker grew up wanting to be Kobe. Kobe was his idol and superhero. That's why when Kobe gifted Devin a pair of his signature shoes with the phrase, "Be Legendary" written on them after Kobe's last career game against the Phoenix Suns back in 2016, it meant a lot to Devin. So much that Devin had those words tattooed on his arms. During an interview with legendary Michael Wilbon, Booker discussed his relationship with Kobe, saying that Kobe inspired him to become the player he is now. Booker also explained that the last time he faced Kobe, he didn't miss the chance to discuss with the five-time champion. Afterwards, they exchanged numbers, and that conversation began a relationship between the pair. Booker said that when Kobe wrote those words on his shoes, the words that he now tattooed on his arms, he told him that it would also take him there. Booker has not forgotten Kobe's words, and he's always trying to get better, just as Kobe said. Devin has an incredible vintage car collection, and Devin Booker sure knows how to spend his $36 million salary which he signed in 2018. According to Forbes, he is number 62 on the list of the world's highest paid athletes as of 2020. Booker cracked the richest deal in Phoenix Suns franchise history when he signed a $158 million deal over 5 years back in 2018. Booker also signed a lucrative deal with Nike in 2019, which is why Booker is worth an astonishing $26.6 million today. Booker knows how to spend his hard-earned money on expensive and rare things. One of such things is his unconditional love for vintage cars. Booker has been able to get his hands on some of the world's most luxurious cars. He has a 1972 Chevy C10 truck, along with a 1959 Chevy Impala convertible and a Ferrari 488 Spider in his garage. We all know that Devin Booker is an inspiration to many people, just like all the top basketball players in the world. But ever since he became a superstar, Booker has helped the Phoenix Suns become very popular in Mexico. That's because a lot of people don't know that Devin Booker has Hispanic blood in him. Booker's grandfather was an immigrant from Mexico, where he and his family lived for many decades. In the past few years, Booker has made it a point to get more in touch with his Mexican roots. And living in Arizona, there's no better environment or place to do just that. The Kardashian family have had quite a history with NBA players ever since Khloe first dated Rashad McCants back in 2008. For Booker, though, it all began back in April of 2020, when rumors began to fly around that Jenner had been spending some time with the Phoenix shooting guard. However, a source close to the hit reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians later shot down any form of romance between the pair, saying that they were only friends. Fast forward to a year plus later, Jenner and Booker marked a major milestone in their relationship as the pair celebrated 1 year of dating. It seems Booker is just as sleek with women as he is with the ball in his hands. However, the couple have kept things pretty low-key for most of their relationship, except for some Valentine's Day posts and a flirty comment here and there, but it appears things are still going strong for the two celebrities. Jenner has dated several NBA players over the years, such as Utah Jazz point guard Jordan Clarkson, as well as Ben Simmons, who she split from in 2019. Jenner has also dated Brooklyn Nets power forward Blake Griffin. Booker and Jenner made their relationship Instagram official for Valentine's Day in 2021, as the reality star posted a picture of herself cuddling Booker, and captioning it with a white heart emoji. Even though both parties have kept their relationship away from the media, a close source says that Devin is already at home with the Kardashian-Jenner family. Jenner's family believes he's great for her, and Devin was even invited for Kim's 40th birthday celebration. Devin Booker became only the 6th player in NBA history to score 70 points in a game the Suns would go on to eventually lose 130 to 120 against the Boston Celtics. Wonder if he must have felt proud or perhaps mixed feelings. At the time, Booker was just 20 years of age and he had already cemented his place with the likes of NBA greats such as Kobe, Wilt Chamberlain, David Robinson, David Thompson, and a few others. At the end of the match, Devin said, "This doesn't happen very often, especially against a really good defensive team like the Boston Celtics. It's a zone. It's kind of hard to explain. I've been in those zones before, but never to this extent." Kobe Bryant once told Devin to be legendary, and if there was one way to do that, this was surely it, especially if you consider the fact that it was the first time anyone had done something like that since Kobe scored 81 points against the Raptors in 2006. Booker started the game not scoring 10 points in the first quarter, and then 9 points in the second, making only one three-pointer in the first half when the Suns were trailing the Celtics with 22 points at halftime. With just 19 points at halftime and his team being down by a lot of points, nobody expected Booker would score 51 points in the second half. Well, he did. Booker came out and dropped 23 points in the third quarter on 6 of 10 shooting. The rest from there is history. Till today, Booker is the only active player with a 70-pound game, which means he has the highest scoring career high of any player currently in the NBA. His 51 points were also the most since Bryant scored 55 in the second half against Toronto. Comment below to let us know your thoughts and be sure to subscribe for more. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss another one of our videos. We'll see you next time, latest Hoops fans. Until then, keep shooting your shot.